Hi everyone, I wanted to come on here and just give you guys a quick update on how the first 3 weeks of school have gone for us in this new homeschool year. Several of you have asked how it's been going, so I wanted to update you with that. And a couple of you have asked about how specifically BJU Press is going for us and using the distance learning program. So what I wanted to touch on in this video is kind of give you an update on how I am, and then also how the first 3 weeks of school went overall for us. Also let you know kind of how we're liking BJU Press Distance Learning, and then just share some things that I've kind of changed up already as I'm just adjusting things to make things work a little bit better for us. First of all, you are probably going to see me rubbing my neck and moving my head in all different places because I have a pinched nerve. So that's how I am doing. I have been just wrestling with some neck pain and shoulder pain for a couple months now, and about 2 weeks ago I got a pinched nerve. I've been to the chiropractor, I've been doing all kinds of different things, and it's really bothering me, you guys. It hurts so bad. So if you could be praying for me that I would have some relief. But God is still good even in the pain, and he's just been walking me through just the challenges of being in pain and trying to care for kids and not getting any sleep and being sleep deprived and all of that. So anyways, I apologize if I look funny just rubbing my arm and stuff, but I wanted to get this video out to you, and this is my life. I've got a pinched nerve and it hurts. So overall, the first 3 weeks of our school year went really, really well. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, I have 7 kids. I've been homeschooling. This is going to be our 14th year homeschooling, or it is our 14th year because we've started now. So homeschooling 14 years now. My oldest is in college, but I am homeschooling a 7th grader, 5th grader, 3rd grader, 1st grader, and then I have a 3, almost 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. Gosh, it's hard to think when I'm in pain. I'm going to have to pause and try again. Okay, I'm back, and hopefully my shoulder the pain level will be manageable enough that I can get this video finished for you guys, because I really want to update you on how things are going. So I don't even remember where I left off. So let me just start again. So the first 3 weeks have actually gone really, really well for us. And there's some things that I have done that I think contributed to it going so well. But at the same time, I have done a lot of these things in years past, and we've had challenging, first few weeks of the homeschool year. So I think when it really comes down to it, and why we've had such a successful first 3 weeks, is the sovereignty of God. In his kindness, he has just blessed me with an easy first 3 weeks of homeschooling. Now, that doesn't mean that in the past he didn't bless me during the beginning of our homeschool, the weeks and stuff in the beginning of the year. He did bless me. He blessed me in years past with his presence during those difficult first few weeks. But this year he has blessed me with things going pretty smoothly. Besides my pinched nerve here and just juggling little ones, juggling a 1.5-year-old and a 3-year-old and all of that. For the most part, all of my kids have been able to get all the subjects done each and every day. So I think that God, in his sovereignty, has used some of the things that I'm going to share with you in a minute to make this first 3 weeks of school go really, really smoothly. But he could have chosen not to use those things. I could have done all of them and them not gone smoothly. So I share them with you, but know that these are not a guarantee that your homeschool year, the beginning of the year, is going to go great just because you do the same things that I do. But a couple of things that really did help make a difference is, one, the organizational systems that I had in place. So I organized our homeschool room, and really having each kid have their own shelf has made a huge difference, because I don't have kids complaining that they can't find something and that their sibling must have moved it around. They have their own space, and so if it's not there, it's because they didn't put it back where it was supposed to go. So they can't complain and whine about it. So that's made a huge difference. Also, our binder systems. My student logbooks are a sanity saver for me. If you didn't see my video on my student logbooks and why I love them so much, I will leave that link down below. And here's the pain again. Oh my gosh, it hurts hurts so bad. Oh my gosh, does anybody have any tips for pinched nerves? Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so binders, my student logbooks, the checklist for my first grader, all of those things so that my kids can kind of work independently, know what they're supposed to be doing and stay on track has been a huge lifesaver. Also, our supply crate, which I have not done a video for, but I will try to do one as soon as I can, depending on how this pinched nerve goes. But our supply crate has been great so that my kids can still do their experiments and all their projects. All the supplies are right there. So a lot of the organizational systems that I had in place really, really helped. But I think the biggest thing, besides the sovereignty of God, of course, was the fact that we are using BJU Press Distance Learning. Between the neck pain and a 1.5-year-old who is climbing everything, to the point like literally I'm putting my dining room and kitchen chairs outside on the patio because he will push them around, climb on them, get on top of the table and just like run. Has no concept that the table ends and then there's tile on the ground. So it's been a little crazy with him. Got a 3, almost 4-year-old who is just testing limits right now. So I have really had to spend a lot of my time focusing on managing my pain and my 1.5-year-old and my 3, almost 4-year-old. So the fact that my kids can watch the videos, get the instruction, and continue on with their schoolwork without me. You know, I'm there to answer questions and stuff, but that has been huge. And so I am really, really thankful for BJU Press Distance Learning. It has been a lifesaver for us this year. We'll see how it goes the rest of the year, but right now I'm really, really thankful for it. It's working really, really well for us. A couple things that some of you had asked me about was one that you asked, how am I keeping up with all of the mom's minutes that are on the beginning of some of the videos? I'm not watching them. My goal really is that I want my kids to, I lost my train of thought. My gosh, when you're in pain, you just cannot think. What is my goal? Oh, my goal is to get all of their stuff graded at the end of each day so that by the next day they can look over what they missed before they start the new lesson. I don't want them to be making the same mistakes over and over and over again and reinforcing mistakes. So I am trying to get their stuff graded, but by the time I get their stuff graded, I don't have the time or energy or desire really to watch the mom minutes. So I'm not watching them and it seems to be going pretty well. I do kind of walk in the room as my kids are watching the videos and try to watch a little bit with them just to keep up on what they're learning. I did have one of my older kids who was just missed almost everything on the assignments and the test. And so I did go back and watch some of those videos for that particular subject for that child and was able to work with her the next day and try to kind of re-explain some things to her, and then she caught on and moved on. So I've so far haven't really had to read all of those or watch all those mom's minutes and all those other kind of helpful tips that they have. I haven't made use of those and it's still going really, really well for us. Okay, I have to take another break to deal with this pain. I'll be right back. So like I said, really, really loving BJU Press. I'm quite impressed so far with the quality of instruction. It is engaging to my kids. They are learning for the most part. They're catching on to things. And I've got kids with a lot of different, learning styles, and it's still working for all of them so far. So I'll keep you posted on how it's going, but we are enjoying it and very thankful for it. As of right now, 3 weeks into this school year. One of the things that I am doing a little bit differently is I'm letting my kids grade some of their own work. So like I said, I want them to have that feedback right away if they're missing something, if they've got something wrong, because I don't want them to keep making the same mistakes. So I am grading all of my younger ones, the 1st and 3rd graders' work, but my 5th grader, my 7th grader, I'm having them grade most of the assignments themselves, and so that they can get that instant feedback, and then I'm grading the quizzes and the tests. And so that's really helping kind of take a load off of my plate, and I find that they do better when they get that feedback instantly versus the next day. So I'm letting them do that, and that's something that we've done in years past too. I let my older kids grade the assignments themselves. So in the beginning of the year, I said I would grade all of it just as we got familiar with how BJU Press was how it was going and stuff. But now we're finished up the third week, and they are grading a lot of the stuff themselves. Another thing that we are doing in our homeschool this year is we are chewing a lot of gum and sucking on a lot of hard candies. So I have some kind of active kids that need to be moving a lot, and using video lessons does mean that they have to be in front of the TV a lot. And so I'm not able to incorporate a lot of movement into the lessons like I did when we were using other curriculum. And so one of the things that I have found that is helping is those active kids, when they are chewing gum or sucking on a breath mint, their mouth is moving, and it helps them keep their arms and legs and body a little bit calmer. I mean, this isn't a guarantee. It doesn't work perfectly, but it is helping enough. I'm noticing a difference enough that we are keeping gum and hard candy on hand so that they can chew and suck on that candy, and just kind of helps them not to be so wiggly. So if you guys have tried that, if you guys have any other tips for active learners that need to just keep their bodies moving, please share those in the comments below. But that's something that we're doing. Of course, I'm implementing a lot of other stuff, lots of breaks and all kinds of stuff like that. So maybe that's a whole different video on how I am homeschooling my active child that needs to be moving all the time. But we are chewing a lot of gum these last 3 weeks. So that's kind of how things are going. I'm trying to think. I'm sorry with this pain. All of my things that I wanted to share with you are just like, they're gone. I don't even know. I've lost them all. Let me think. What else? All right, I did think of one more thing that I wanted to share with you guys in terms of using the BJU Press Distance Learning program, and that is that I am not making my kids sit up proper at the table and watch the videos and, sit at the table all of the time. One of my kids just loves that. She wants to be at the table. She wants the screen right in front of her. She wants to sit up nice and tall and do the assignments. But I have one who's doing a lot of the work in the bedroom, on her bed, and I have kids who are laying on the floor or hanging their head off of the couch, like holding the iPad upside down so that they can see it right side up, right? You know what I mean? They're holding the iPad and then they're hanging upside down. So I'm not, it's so funny because one of the teachers on the videos says to the kids, make sure you're sitting up straight so that you can pay attention and, get the information and all that kind of stuff. And I'm telling my child, nope, don't worry. That's how a lot of kids learn, but you learn best when your head's hanging off of the couch. So I kind of walk by and pause the program every now and then when it looks like I'm kind of questioning, are they really listening or not? And I pause it and I ask them a question about what did the teacher just say? What are you learning? And if they can, say back to me what they were learning and they're getting things, they're, picking up the information as they're hanging upside down or rolling around on the floor or whatever, then I let them continue doing it that way. Obviously, if they have to start writing things down and doing worksheets, they need to sit up at the table or on the couch or their bed with a clipboard. But the rest of the time, I'm letting them just kind of watch the videos in any way they want to, and that seems to be working for us so far. So just trying to get creative. I'm still kind of wrestling with the fact that my kids are in front of a screen all morning doing school instead of, with their noses in books and stuff like that, or listening to me read aloud. But it's working really well for us. They're learning, and we're just trying to get creative on how we use the video program. So that's kind of an update on how things are going. Please be praying for me. I'm really hoping that this nerve pain, that I will have some relief from it. If you have any tips or experiences with pinched nerves, please leave them in the comments. I will take any help I can get. I have exhausted all of my ideas. I keep going to the chiropractor and just not just not getting a whole lot of relief. So, but yeah, the first 3 weeks of school have gone really, really well. So thankful for all the organizational stuff that I was able to get done that has made it easy, a little bit easier. Thankful for the BJU Press Distance Learning. So thankful for my student logbooks. So I will keep you posted on how things go. We are getting ready for week number 4 of homeschooling. We actually have a couple fun things planned this next week, so it'll be a little bit of a lighter load, and then fifth week we'll be back to doing a full load of everything. So anyways, I will see you guys in another video. I hope to get some more videos out to you, but I gotta get over this neck pain. All right, you guys, bye-bye.